have the head of CDC, supposed to be the expert, and he's made statements that simply aren't true. Doctor, you can get Ebola sitting next to someone on a bus if they, in fact, throw up on you, can't you? That's reasonable.
The way you get Ebola is by exposure to body fluids.
Okay.
Yes.
So when the head of the CDC says you can't get it with somebody on the bus next to you, that's just not true. When the head of the CDC says you cannot, in fact, that we know what we're doing, but in fact healthcare professionals wearing what they thought was appropriate protective material got it, then that means he's wrong. When the head of the CDC goes on television and says sometimes less protection is better, and then has to reverse the protocol so that we no longer have nurses, Ms. Burger, who have their necks exposed, that was just wrong, isn't it? Ms. Burger?
That their necks were exposed?
I mean, the fact is the head of the CDC gave false information, basically saying it was okay to have your neck area exposed, when in fact if somebody threw up on you, that could be the...
I honestly don't know that those nurses were instructed that their necks were okay to be exposed. I know that...
The head of the CDC, when asked about whether you had to have full body suits versus simply the mouth, said sometimes less is, more is not necessarily better. So the head of the CDC was wrong. We're relying on protocols coming from somebody who has been proven not to be correct. Isn't that true?
Those nurses were not protected, correct.